Hello, this is Colette.
This is Cesar Harada.
And this is Ollie Palmer. We're here to talk to you about open sailing. Open sailing is an attractive alternative lifestyle at sea that we're developing with the end goal of creating the International Ocean Station. It's a completely open source project, and we're going to attempt to summarize it in a couple of minutes. But the best way to learn about it is to go to opensailing.net, where you can find out all sorts of things about the project. There's a 4-minute video that explains it way better than we will do here. So go and have a look and get involved.
So maybe the best way to explain open sailing, one of the best ways to explain the individual labs. So the number of labs are increasing all the time, but we have, say, 5 basic labs. The first lab is about what we call instinctive architecture, which is we're trying to develop an architecture that behaves like a living organism. So we have different floating modules. Some are shelters, some are renewable energy units, some are aquaculture farming, sustainable farming units. That changes with the weather. So the architecture responds to the weather. So when you have lots of waves, the architecture is contracted and protected. When there's a good weather, then we expand and we have more farming space. We are developing what we call Nomadic Ecosystem. So we're trying to enhance or bring back biodiversity in the parts of the ocean that get impoverished too much. We have what we call the Swarm Operating System, which is a computer program that we developed to do what we call the adhocracy or object-oriented politics. The idea is to create a new form of governance for more individual and more irrational, more for civilian. We're developing also an infrastructure called the Life Cable, which is a form of is a hardware that brings electricity, data, waste management all together into one facility. And OpenNet is a project of creating like a global network of internet, basically, but open source internet. So not under the control of militaries or states or industries. So the aims of open sailing, maybe the first is ocean exploration. We know more about space than we know about our own oceans. 72% of the surface of the Earth's ocean, we actually know quite little about it. There's lots of biodiversity and medical application that we need to go and find. Of course, there's lots of pollution. We need to go and maybe you have heard about the plastic sea and giant pollution gyres. We can do climate monitoring. We can offer an alternative way of making protein fish with aquaculture, and we have a perspective of life saving as well. So we're creating an architecture that can stay in the sea for a long period of time, and a communication infrastructure. So we're trying to, maybe you know about the International Space Station, which took $150 billion and 25 years to the biggest country to develop in a private way, and we're trying to develop the International Ocean Station in a matter of months with the open source spirit, with a very little budget and collaboratively.
So remember, it's open source, so everyone is welcome to contribute with any information or any kind of any knowledge they have.
We need physicists, biologists, geographs,
marine biologists,
designers, lawyers,
programmers, web developers,
amateurs or professionals, anyone who have anything to say.
People who love kites, surfers, whoever has knowledge about and who's passionate about this subject, because there's so much work to do. So just come to the website and get involved into one of the lab, contribute.
Yeah.
There's a lot to do.